we're gonna do just a short little intro to like sun sals from the chair. And it's very helpful if your chair is, a little shorter and has some room, no arms if possible, unless you need them. And if you need them, that's fine. But just to be able to sit tall with feet connected to the earth. So much about connection. And we'll just let's do like 3 just to get a feel of how we can do these from the chair. And there's several different ways to do it. So I'm gonna do a series of shorts from the chair the whole time, with the chair standing, with modifications, just a few little things, just to kind of give you a taste of a sun sal. A lot of people tell me, oh, I can't do vinyasa yoga because those sun salutations, I don't know how to do them, or I've walked into a class and I'm afraid of the down dog, or I have shoulder issues, I have, So we're just gonna try to see how we can make this accessible in your body and see how it feels. So we're gonna start in our chair, grounding in, and just kind of feel your feet touch the earth. Push those feet into the earth. Feel your connection to the chair. Maybe bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly, and just notice your breath, or both hands to the belly if that helps you to engage. Shoulders up and then away from the ears. Maybe elbows down, belly, connection, hands and belly. Nice. Finding that breath. Deep inhale, long exhale. Deep inhale, long exhale. Let's start to turn on our Ujjayi breath. That helps us build some heat. Also helps us, this victorious breath or ocean breath, helps us when we're practicing a flow in yoga. So we really should just be breathing through the nose. So inhaling through the nose, maybe you can constrict at the back of the throat, feel that breath come in. Close down the mouth, exhale out the nose. Hearing that breath like the ocean. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the nose. If that's a strain for you, that's not a breath you have to take, but it's a really nice breath to try. And we're gonna take some really small steps at first before we get into our Sun A, just to connect breath and movement. So first, just bring hands to heart center. Connecting on the inhale, bringing that breath in, pushing hands together. On the exhale, maybe letting the shoulders release a little, elbows drop down. Inhale, pushing palms together. Exhale, release. One more inhale and exhale, and then let's roll those shoulders back, palms facing forward. Our seated mountain, really engaging through the core, engaging through the spine, sitting up as tall as you can, imagining that maybe I've got something here pushing into the crown of your head, so your head grows, your neck grows tall and long, and you sit up tall in that chair. Nice, deep inhale, long exhale, beautiful. On the next inhale, just bring the arms up, maybe just here. Maybe that's your height, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. If you don't have any shoulder things going on, you could come up a little higher, just even to a Y, or maybe you come up all the way, palms touch. Nice. Exhale down. Let's try just a couple of those. Inhale up, where your level is, and exhale down. Last one, inhale up, exhale down. Let's inhale up, and as we come down this time, cactus those arms about the same height, elbows and shoulders. Nice. Deep inhale, long exhale. Inhale up, exhale cactus. Inhale up, exhale cactus. Nice, and then bring those arms down, finding that mountain. We're gonna find just a little breath to movement, and I want us to try, I'll give you a couple options. You just try what feels good to you. You could do half of this if you don't wanna do the last half. So let's practice together and see how it goes. Deep inhale, exhale cactus. As you inhale, really engage that core, feel that breath come in. And then as you exhale, just come forward a little bit, halfway, keeping straight in the spine, bringing shoulders away from the ears, hands on the knees. Next, inhale, fill up the chest and heart. Maybe take a little bit of a wider stance. Exhale, fold over either here or all the way over your lap. depending on how that feels in your spine. Inhales and exhales, let the head drop. Nice. Deep inhales, let the head relax. Exhales, give yourself some space. On the next inhale, push those feet into the earth, really grounding in. Exhale, coming up halfway again. Flat spine, nice. Deep inhale here, and as you take another exhale, just kind of find your shoulders away from the ears again. Inhale, right arm comes up to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down to the knee. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Left hand down to the knee. Let's cactus those arms again. Ground into the feet. Let the core and the body bring you up. Exhale. Nice. Hands to heart center. Bringing the feet maybe a little closer together. You could either stay here, and that could be the end of that sun A, and we can do the same. Or if you want to get into the legs, lift up that right leg. You could bring up the arms to wherever it feels good to you, out to the side, a Y, or all the way up, kind of like a warrior one in the chair. Inhale, hands come to center. Nice. Exhales and inhales, we come up again. Don't forget that Ujjayi breath. Inhales through the nose, exhales out. And hands back to heart center. Nice. If you feel solid and safe in the chair, or if you even want to hold on to the chair, you could lift both legs, finding our version of like a down dog in the chair, engaging the core, holding on either with one arm or both, or lifting both. Down dog from the chair, engaging that core. Beautiful. Deep inhales, long exhales, and coming back down to center. So it's a slower version, and what I want us to do now on the next round is just more breath to movement. And follow what feels good to you. So let's keep the feet a little bit of distance. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, exhale, that halfway forward fold, flat back. Deep inhale, exhale, your capacity to find the forward fold or stay in that halfway lift. Let each ear touch each shoulder. Inhale, coming up again, hands on the knees. Exhale, inhale, right arm up to the sky, maybe you twist and look over. Exhale, down to center. Inhale, other side. Exhale, nice. Cactusing those arms and coming back up. Inhale, hands at heart center. Exhale, we lift. Finding 2 breaths here. Nice. Back to center and other side. And you could stay here, hands at heart center, or lift both legs, down dog from our chair, holding on, or finding arms up. Ujjayi breath holds you here. Nice, keeps you strong and victorious. Inhale, hands at heart center. Let's take one more round, breath to movement. Nice. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, exhale, flat back. Inhale, exhale, fold over. Inhale to find your twist. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale brings you up. Finding your version of a warrior one, kind of a, we call that a little sun bee. Nice. Some variations just to find strength in the body. Nice. And our down dog in our chair. Nice. And hands at heart center. Nice. Thank you so much. That was fun. So let's just say that's our first little round, a tidbit of like some intro to that. And then if you guys want to dive deeper, I'm going to do some longer videos with that. And I'd love to do, if you want to do something online together, a Zoom class, we could do that. I'd love to just make this a little bit more accessible and not so scary. Some people say, chair yoga, what do we do? So just giving you a taste. Deep inhale, long exhale here. Let's find that, just that little moment of stillness, that shavasana, to integrate all the benefits of our practice. Palms can be up. Inhale through the nose, slowing the breath. Exhale out the nose. Inhales and exhales. Quieting the mind to hear the body, to feel into the body. Quieting the mind to connect. Nice. Quieting the mind to go inward. we'll bring hands to heart center. Let's rub those palms together to create some heat. Nice. Bring the hands to heart center. Give yourself a little breath hug. Nice. Hands back to heart center. Rub those palms together again. Bring the hands over your closed eyes. Blink to let the light in. That crack that lets the light in. The light within me sees and honors the light, the love, and the teacher within each of you. Namaste. Thanks for trying something new with me.